Kani gadega pati CCTV, bat pidang pet yaki kubor baman kasngi.
Haba phasha ka Dorbar Mang Tyngka jong ka yeng Dorbar thawan ka Jylla ne kasngi ka khatnyo trek Dewïong. Ka jing ya tai klalong halor ki babon tili kiman. Ki bala Wanrah da kalyang sanchar bat kumjo kalyang persha. Kimat ki balai kren ne kasngi ki kentop ya ka rukom shna ya ki surok hakalang ka Jylla. Ka bomlong katkum ki kendon. Ka balawan lampat ya ka jing sniu kloy jong kini ki surok bat hab ban maramat klampat daipor. Bat ya kene kamat lawan Wanrah da MLA ka khnam na po North Shillong constituency uba Adilbert nongrum. Ya kene ke jingkeli la jubab do menteri bakmi ya katnat Public Works Department Road uba Preston Tensong.
Sir, Mr. Speaker, sir, reply to state question 151. A, no sir. B, sir does not arise in view at A above.
Mr. Speaker, sir, Honorable Ministers, Minister in charge, it is totally denial the fact, as you have seen your reply, no sir. As you have seen the condition of the road, simultaneously they need to get repair from time to time. This is because of the substandard, maybe of the road quality, or maybe the failure of the contractor. May I get the clarification?
Yes. Sir, when I say no, sir, because the question is whether the government is aware that road construction in state is substandard, resulting in frequent repairs. I think we have two different issues altogether here. One is construction and then next is repairing. So as far as the construction as well as repairing is concerned, sir, in fact, when the plan and estimate is prepared by the officers, by the concerned officers, it is done as per the specification, of the state government, and at the time of execution of the work, it is done also accordingly with as per the specification. But sir, yes, I should also say, in our state, we have peculiar situation here. Number one is due to the rainy season, which is, I think, very peculiar comparing to other states. So sometimes, yes, the damages has taken place, but in spite of that, the department, Piludi department, is trying its best to take care of all this, and that's why we must have seen it every now and then. The repairing work is going on throughout the state, sir, depending upon the availability of fund also, sir.
Mr. Speaker, sir, of course I understand about the availability of funds, because most of the time we are facing the fund constraint. So because of this reason, we are deeply worried that any quality should be an excellent quality. Because why this type of work is carried out from time to time. So may I also get the clarification from the Minister concerned about everywhere, I mean footpath, it causes danger for the pedestrian due to potholes. So in this regard, I would like to get a clarification.
Sir, may I request the honourable member to repeat the question, please?
No, as this matters related also to the footpath everywhere, which are connected with the Pirudi, I do hope. So it causes danger to, all pedestrians, like due to potholes. So may I get a clarification?
Potholes in the road.
Sir, the potholes in the road, that's what, because we do take care in the repairing and maintenance of the road. So I still don't get the clarity on the question from the honourable member. But I could understand, it seems he wanted that we should also have footpath all along the road. I think that's what he meant, maybe, sir.
Is that what you would like to know?
No, I'm trying to mention about the existing footpath everywhere. There's lots of potholes existing.
In the footpath?
Yeah, in the footpath, which is related with the PWD.
Sir, if the footpath is under the purview of the PWD, we will take it up. But as far as Shillong is concerned, there are footpaths which is being taken up by other departments like municipal and then urban affairs. So still, sir, we will see and take it up that.
Mr. Speaker, sir, as per the specifications laid down by the department, may I know how long the road should last once it is constructed or resurfaced, sir?
Sir, in fact, the department is following the IRS specifications. And as per the specification, it does not specifically said that it should last this much years. But however, we are trying our best. We are trying our best to maintain and also to strictly adhere to the specification laid down, so that the repairing work does not occur every now and then, sir.
Judge.
So I would like to know from the Honourable Minister as to whether there is any kind of a grievance redress system that has been put in place to allow the public to lodge complaints if they witness any kind of substandard work being executed in their vicinity.
Sir, I think from the government side, we welcome all the complaints from any corners, be it road construction, be it any projects being taken up by the government. So we welcome that, sir. And then we also not only welcome, but we will also attend to very positively, sir.
Sir, I acknowledge the positive response of the Honourable Minister. But then, sir, in absence of any kind of grievance redress system or particular rules that are set in for the department, sir, it will be difficult for any kind of comprehensive action to be taken by the department or against any kind of officer who has been like a bicycle or been not ignoring his responsibilities. And also, the contractor also should be taken to task if any kind of work is not being executed properly, sir. So I think time calls for a proper grievance redress system, because we are seeing a lot of expenditure being incurred in PWD, and repetitively in some roads we are seeing a lot of repairs because of poor designs and not in compliance with the IRS. Sir. So, sir, I would like to get an assurance from the Minister if he can put a grievance redress system in place so that it will allow maximum receipts of complaints and timely disposal of them as well.
Sir, the suggestion of the honourable member is very valid, and this will be examined by the department, sir.
Sir, we know the condition of most of the state road, except national highways, is in a deplorable condition. May I know from the Honourable Minister, what is the maximum load carrying by this truck, maximum load, which is accordance with the pavement in which the road is being made?
Sir, in fact, the design is only for 9 metric ton. As far as the major district road and downwards, that's what, sir. Sometimes we do have problem. The moment the construction of road till metaling blacktopping is completed, the traffic is increasing, and then then again, not only that, especially in the mining areas, we have a lot of problem where the overloaded trucks flying over the road, and ultimately when the design is made that it should only be 9 tons capacity, but when the carrying capacity is increased, so ultimately it leads to damaging of road. So sir, that's why now I think from now on I will because the other day I've already mentioned in the house that I will review this whole issue with my department. I will review this whole issue with my department, and then we will also take a call. We have to identify where are the places where the traffic increases. So once that is done, before preparing an estimate, I'm sure we'll be able to cope up with this frequent problem that we're having in this state, sir.
So,
please.
may I get assurance from the minister? Because this is keep on happening everywhere. So many trucks carrying more than 20-25 tons. So there is a proper mechanism from the department, maybe with the police department, to have a mechanism to check so that this truck, they wouldn't fly on this road which has the pavement is meant only for 9 tons from now on. So it would depend not only for the road, even there are weak bridge also in which all this truck they are flying through. So maybe get assurance from now on it will be checked properly.
Sir, see, again checking is little difficult, because see, ultimately it may even affect the livelihood of those areas. So what I'm trying to say here is I will review it with my officers in the department, where henceforth if any estimate either for repairing or widening of the road, strengthening of the road, we have also to survey to see whether the overloaded trucks, whether the trucks carrying goods, essential commodities are using or plying on the road or not. If it is, then the specification has to be further strengthened. The specification has to be further strengthened so that any vehicular traffic over there can cope up with the situation, whatever they have. So therefore, sir, I would like to again assure in this house that I will review the whole thing and we put things straight henceforth.
Mr. Senate.
Mr. Speaker, sir, this damaging of roads, especially the bituminous roads, are maybe due to heavy rainfall, because ours is the heaviest rainfall area in the world. So specification may be met in such a way, because ours cannot be compared with that of other states like in the mainland. And for this purpose only, in the preceding years, the government has come up with adopting of certain technologies. I think few roads have been met out of those technologies. So comparatively, which will be more feasible, whether that technology or our conventional way of specification which has been met in the preceding years?
Yes, sir. I think the one technology which is mentioned by the honourable member, yeah, we do have also German technology. So now we are also assessing this, which one is the best technology to ultimately reduce the maintenance and repairing of the road every year, and it also ultimately reduce even the expenditure. So these possibilities, we work it out, sir, and then ultimately, as I've said, we will come out with a positive response to all these issues which is occurring every day or every month or every year.
Sir, normally whatever specification is met in respect of constructing an all-weather road, how much time is being put forward, keeping in mind that that particular road will have to be repaired again? So what I mean to say is, how much period of time will be anticipated to get the road repaired once it is constructed, after it is completed with the construction?
Sir, I think I have already replied to that very same supplementary. I don't have the specific duration. Once you complete it, it should be again repaired after such years. I don't have that specifically, but however, as I've said, sir, we will try our best. Polluted Department will try our best. What to do is, the moment the construction is completed, be it repairing, be it metaling, blacktopping, whatever, we would like to see that the road lasts a longer years. That is important for all of us. We would like to see it lasted maybe for 50 years also. not only longer years, but even 50 years, we would like. But as I have said, sir, we will again revisit this whole thing. And very soon I'm going to have a review meeting with the department. Then we'll take a call on all this, sir.
No, sir, we should be very practical, because it may be 50 years or 100 years whatsoever, but then technically some expectation will be there as to how long it will last. There should be some thumb rule in the department that after 6 years or every 5 years, this road will have to be repaired again. So there should be some thumb rule. That's what I mean to ask about. So I am referring to the question asked by the honourable member from Nongpo regarding the specification of the road vis-a-vis the overloaded trucks plying in that road. So there can be some regulation that even if the truck is overloaded, if the truck is having multi-axle, not single axle, then there should be some concession as to up to how much ton can be carried by the truck.
Yes, sir. In fact, I've already replied, sir, and then all the points raised by honourable member is also noted down, sir.
Mr. Speaker, sir, may I know from the Honourable Minister in charge of PWD regarding these PMGSY roads, there is a separate fund for the maintenance of the road from the original amount. But what we have seen in some of the PMGSY roads, there are so many potholes, there are so many repair works has to be done. I would like to request the Minister, the things should get done in time only.
Sir, as far as PMGSY road is concerned, in fact, the latest guideline says that till the metaling blacktopping, the maintenance has to be done by the contractor for 5 years. For 5 years, contractor has to do the maintenance. So, well, prior to that, maybe, as rightly mentioned by the honourable member, maybe repairing needs to be done. So this I will examine, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Nakaliang MLA Kamau Plang constituency uba SK ulabu jingkeli yu menteri bakmi yakatnat puli puthi uba lakmen remboy bakalong kabasisha katkom ka right to education ang kaila dikikena ki bahapdeng kerta ndrusnam hadu khatsausnam bakin yo shong skol e klam jingsiu hakino kinu ki skol ki badan marjan e bat kajaka ka bakishong gisa lada kajubab kolong ho halor kani kabenta uba SK ula pancing pensaru yakatareng bat kesnam balas dang ban petreka mi kani kaan bat hadu menta ka nongot ki kena kilayo jimentoy nagani ka scheme habaro ki district jong Jylla.
Speaker sir, reply to start question 152. A, yes sir. B, yes sir. C, sir, the date of implementation is the 1st August 2011. The number of children that have been covered under RTE is 2010-11, LP and UP 6,23,221, 11-12, LP and UP 5,69,148, 2012-13, LP and UP 6,622, 2013-14, LP and UP 5,79,797. 2014-15 LP and UP 5,89,005. 2015-16 LP and UP 5,99,035. 2016-17 LP and UP 6,14,362. 2017-18 LP and UP 6,14,362, sir. And D, sir, there is no separate budget for RTE given by the government.
Mr. Speaker, sir, may I know from the Honourable Minister whether all schools in the state have been brought under the purview of the Act?
All the recognized schools in the state have been brought under the purview of the Act, sir.
Sir, there is an expectation that post-implementation of RTE Act 2009 will have a positive impact on the level of dropouts in the state. However, during the budget session of 2017-18, the then Honourable Minister in charge of Education have informed the August House that the total number of school dropouts during the past 5 years, starting from the beginning of 2013, 14, 15, 16, and beginning of 2017 was surprisingly very high at a total of 1,09,495. And the breakup is 2013, the number of dropouts is 33,557. 2014, 31,278. 2015 is 14,957. 2016 is 17,299. And 2017 is 12,406. The district-wise dropouts during 2017 for 12,406 are East Khasi Hills 662, West Khasi Hills is 4,508, Southwest Khasi Hills 874, Riboy 1,041, East Jainte Hills District 682, West Jainte Hills District 1,440, East Garo Hills District is 886, North Garo Hills 1,316, West Garo Hills District 592, Southwest Garo Hills 241, South Garo Hills 164, totaling 12,406. May I know from the Honourable Minister, what is the dropout district-wise at the beginning of 2018?
Sir, as per my record, the number of students covered under the RTE Act for 2016-17 is 6,14,362, and in 2017-18, 6,14,362. So as per the reply in D, so there is no dropout, sir.
May I get a clarification from the Minister? I'm talking about the dropout of 17. Now I want the dropout of 18. Is there any dropout of 18, sir?
It has not come to my knowledge, sir.
Sir, it was in the record of this House during the budget session 2017-18 that 1,09,495 was the dropout of the last 5 years. Meaning that all the 1,09,495 has gone back to school, sir?
So the dropout rate mention is correct, but those drop out, many mainstream have returned back to school. Hence, the net dropout is nil as of today.
Very good, sir. Then, sir, I want to ask another question. What is the opinion of the department with respect to literacy rate, pre and post RTE Act implementation?
The exact figure is not available with me, sir, but the literacy rate has improved, sir.
One last question, sir. Is there any sincere effort on the department to reach out to the parents and guardians of underprivileged children to request them to send the children to school and to emphasize them on the value educations?
So it is the endeavor of the government to reach out to each and every children below between the age of 6 and 14 to go to school. So the department from time to time has make a special program and publicity that the need for the parent to send their children to school.
Thank you, sir.
Judge.
So the RTE Act stipulates that all private schools should reserve 25% of their total admissions for the socially and economically downtrodden sections of society, sir. So I would like to know from the Honourable Minister, when any step has been taken by the department in this regard, sir?
So the provision of the Act is there that 25% be reserved for those weaker sections, but till date, the information with the government is not there because nobody has applied for.
We pass to next question.
Mr. Speaker, sir, may I know from the Honourable Minister what is the norms under RTE to form the SMC, School Managing Committee? The rules regulation to form the School Managing Committee under RTE Act.
You see, the Section 21 of the RTE Act provides for constitution of the School Managing Committee in certain categories of schools. The setting of such committee has been a recommendation of nearly all previous Education Commission and policies. So the RTE Act therefore envisaged that parents would form a majority in the School Management Committee, which would also include elected members of Panchayat and school teachers. There is a reason to believe that, like the modest committee that have functioned exceptionally well in some part of the country, the parent-dominated SMC will lead to the overall improvement of the school education system. However, private or aided institutions are exempted from the constitution of the management committee. And the government has also introduced an amendment bill in the parliament which provides the school management committee in respect of private, aided and minority institutions will only have advisory rules.
Sir, may I inquire from the Honourable Education Minister? We will notice that throughout 2010-11 to 2017-18, the population of children covered under the RT and the SSA is 4 lakh plus in all years. But when it comes to UP, it drops to just 150,000, 160,000, etc., etc. And at the same time, there is this claim that there is no dropout. May I know why this disparity is there in all the years?
It is true, sir, that the figure provided here is that the LP is 4 lakh plus and is the 191,000 something in the UP school. So the exact reason why this much disparity is I cannot provide just now. So I will have to find out and information will be provided because as the Honourable Member mentioned, that in UP is 4 lakh and in LP is 4 lakh and in UP is only 1 lakh plus. So I have to look into this. So why there is a disparity between LP and UP so much?
Sakawai pat kamat kebalayatai nekasngi hapo yeng Dorbar thawan ke Jylla. Kadai pat halor kamat ke Wanrah hi do menteri rangba ke Jylla Conrad ke Sangma. Kata halor ke kamti Dewïong Haka ni ke Jylla. Wanrah ya ke jing terwa ban karpa na ka sarkar pedeng ban pelat ya ke Meghalaya na ka an jong ka sarkar pedeng ban khang ti Dewïong Haka ni ke Jylla ke balong ru kat kom ki kendon jong ka sex schedule jong ka riti sensar jong ka ri.
Mr. Speaker, sir, whereas the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly on 23rd of March 2015 and 24th of September 2015 unanimously approved and adopted resolution to urge upon the central government to issue a presidential notification in exercise of the powers conferred under Para 12A(b) of the 6th Schedule to the Constitution of India for exemption from application of certain sections and the conditions of previous approval of the central government laid down in the Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Act 1957 as amended, and also for the exemption from the operation of the Coal Mines Nationalization Act 1973 and Coal Bearing Areas Acquisition and Development Act 1957 to the autonomous region schedule areas in the state of Meghalaya. And whereas it was decided in the cabinet meeting held on the 12th of April 2018 that an official statement by the Chief Minister will be made on the floor of the House to reiterate the resolution passed. Therefore, this official statement is placed before the House today, the 17th of April 2018, to reiterate the resolutions passed earlier and urge upon the central government to consider the request of the government of Meghalaya favorably and issue a presidential notification accordingly. Sir, as you are aware, as a result of the NGT banning the mining of coal in the state of Meghalaya, sir, our state has economically suffered a lot. From the finance point of view, there has been almost an economic loss of royalty to the state government alone, which used to be in the tune of 700 crores, saw a drastic drop in the terms of the revenue. Sir, in terms of the money that used to come into the economy as a result of the coal being sold by the different coal merchants and the coal miners and the traders, that money flow, which could roughly be estimated to be anything to the tune of above 4,000 crores, was also impacted. And so it is this money that comes into the economy, gets rolled again in the economy, and that's how the economy moves, sir. There's a rotation of these funds. There was a huge hit in the economic activity because of the inflow of this money not coming in. Number three, sir, there was a lot of loss in terms of jobs. From simple jobs of a laborer to a driver to the people who used to maintain the accounts, which was directly affected, and indirectly where there were people who were supporting the coal industry in the state of Meghalaya. I think a lot of jobs were which were direct as well as indirect jobs were affected due to the ban on the coal mining. At the same time, sir, there was a huge loss in terms of sectors that depend on coal industry. For example, sir, the paper mills that used to run from Silchar and other locations used to take coal from Meghalaya. These paper mills were affected. The cement plants, that some of them have their own captive power plants, they were not able to produce the power they required, and they had to transport the coal from different locations. which again led to increase in their expenditure and hugely affected their economics. So therefore, sir, there was a huge impact in terms of the economic effect on the economy as a whole. But at the same time, sir, I would like to also mention in this House that this government is also concerned about the environment aspect. We are not saying that the kind of mining that has to take place will be without any rules or any kind of procedure. Sir, I think what is very important for all of us here to really understand is that we have to strike a balance between economics and the environment and the ecology. Sir, we know that because of the mining that was done earlier, in the mechanism it was done, and the kind of measures that were not taken led to a number of rivers and waters being contaminated, the sulfur content went up, paddy fields were affected. At the same time, even the land that was used, there was no land reclamation that was done in that. So we are very much aware of the environmental hazards in this issue. And as a government, it will be our endeavor to ensure that at no cost should the economic activities affect the environment in a very, very negative or very bad way. Sir, as you are aware, we cannot stop the impact on the environment completely. But there can be measures which can be taken to ensure that the impact is minimized. And that really is the striking balance that we need to work on, and that is what our government is trying to achieve. So at the same time, as you're aware, that we are moving this resolution that is there as part of the, the resolution has been moved already in the year 2015, and this resolution is with the Government of India. And today, sir, our purpose of laying this statement was that on the 12th of April, the entire cabinet and the government has reiterated the resolution that was passed in 2015. And we realize, sir, the importance of this. And this particular the resolution that was taken in 2015 was basically to exempt the application of certain central laws. And as you are aware, sir, under the Constitution and 6th Schedule, Para 12A-B, there is a provision that allows the President of India to exempt any national law from the 6th Schedule areas, sir. So therefore, based on that, this resolution was passed, and we are also resolving today, once again, sir, to continue working for this. And as you are aware, and the people of Meghalaya also are aware, that we had made a visit and we had met the Honorable Coal Minister on day before yesterday, on Sunday morning. And he was very kind to call all the officials concerned. I was accompanied by our senior colleagues from our government and also by the AG. And we had a detailed discussion on what will be the procedure and the process ahead. So there were many things that were discussed in that meeting, and I think it will not be appropriate for me to spell out all those details. But I can just give you a crux of, just in a nutshell, what I can mention is that some officials, of course, mentioned about the issue of the environment being affected. And even the Honorable Minister for Coal, Mr. Piyush Goyal, he also expressed his concern about the environment and also about the safety of miners. So therefore, sir, these issues were discussed in detail. We were there almost for 1 hour. And even as we speak, sir, some of our officials are in Delhi even now, and they are having discussions and with the officials from the Environment Ministry, from the Coal Ministry, and a report will be submitted to us very soon. During my visit to Delhi, I also had the privilege of speaking to the PMO and discussed with the officials in the PMO about this particular issue. And they have also agreed to call a joint meeting once the meeting with the Coal Ministry and the Environment Ministry is done. So once we discuss this with the Environment Ministry and the Coal Ministry, there will be a meeting at the level of the PMO also. And sir, I want to only don't want to take much time of the House, but I want to just stress on the fact that this government realizes the importance of the economic activity of coal mining in our state, sir. And it is very important that this must continue. And we are also very much committed to this particular cause. This was an important issue for the people, and for the last 4 years, the people of our state have been suffering in terms of the economic activity and the economic outcomes that people had because of the ban on the coal mining. This is a very, very important issue for this government, and we can assure, sir, that we're going to work towards it to make this particular, to find a way forward in this particular case. But at the same time, sir, ensuring that we take measures to ensure that the environment is protected and the miners are protected in this. So that we will never compromise on. And for that, we will ensure that there are proper policies that are put in place to ensure that the environment as well as the miners are protected, and more importantly, a proper mechanism in place to ensure that these policies that are put are implemented properly. And regular checking is done to see whether the people who are mining are breaking the law or not. So these measures also will be put in place. And sir, I would like to take this opportunity to tell all the people who are connected with this sector that this is a very, very important issue, sir. It's a very delicate issue, and it's a very complicated issue, sir. And the government is trying its best from all angles to ensure that we can get the economic activity of coal mining started again in our state. And I'm hopeful that it will happen. But at the same time, sir, there's not going to be like it was before. We must realize that responsibility lies with each and every one of us. Even the legislatures, it is our responsibility. The officials, it is our responsibility to ensure that whatever policies are created are implemented properly. Action is taken against those who don't follow those policies. The miners themselves have to be responsible towards the environment. They themselves must realize that yes, this is our bread and butter, but we cannot compromise the environment and the safety of our people and our miners. So I think, sir, there must be a concerted effort from all stakeholders to ensure that if the economic activity must start again, if the mining must start again, it must be with a great responsibility on our part, sir. Whether it's politicians, lawmakers, whether it's officials, and whether it's the miners themselves or the traders themselves, we must realize that once this does start, there is a great responsibility on our shoulder to ensure that we don't compromise on the environment, we don't compromise on the lives of the miners, sir. So I think, sir, I want to make this very clear that we are committed to moving this forward. We are hopeful that we'll be able to find a way forward. It is a complicated issue. It is a delicate issue. But I'm sure, sir, where there is a will, there is a way, sir. But here we have to ensure that all stakeholders must come together, if necessary, compromise in certain situations, be responsible in our actions. And I'm sure, sir, that this will move forward and our state will flourish. We will ensure that the environment is protected. We'll ensure that the miners are protected, sir. So with these few words, I would like to place this officially in the House, sir, and would like to resume my seat. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Minister.